Something I've been asked several times recently was, does my aphid and weevil trap still work in grounded in 2025? And I can actually tell you that yes, it does work, but there's a little caveat to it. The version that I built in the previous videos I've done, which was one during early access, there was another one, at least one other one after that. There's been a couple of iterations of how this thing has been built. Though it's going to basically be the same concept, but this one's going to be slightly different. And honestly, the only difference is going to be the height of the little table that's in the center. So the way this works is I'm going to build a box around this that's going to let the aphids and weevils walk into it, and then they're just going to sit inside of the box and get stuck inside of there. The caveat is, the way I used to do it was I would just put like a half wall here with a little floor piece in the center, or use the pillars and put a floor piece on that and just drop the food on there, the plant slurry or the mushroom slurry or mushrooms. The mushrooms or mushroom slurry will work for weevils, and the plant slurry will work for aphids. But what I found was that through some testing, they can actually eat the food if it's on a table that is a half a wall high, 1 wall high, but they cannot reach it if it's 1.5 walls high. So you're going to need to build the table in the center at least 1.5 walls high. So you can either use 3 half walls, you can use 1 wall and a half wall on top of it, or you can use 3 foundation pieces as your little kind of like pillar here in the center. And then we're going to build around that. And then we're going to put the food up here, and that's going to basically keep them inside here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, I'm actually going to copy this because I need to build the little structure around it. So I'm going to build a floor around here all the way around. The reason for this is this is going to give us the kind of shape for it, so it's kind of symmetrical. It doesn't have to be perfect, but this is just the easiest way of doing it. So you essentially want to have a 3x3 square with the pillar in the center here that's going to have the table on it where you're going to put the food. Then we're going to put clover leaf roofs. I've tested this in the past before with other roof pieces. It did work, but I can say that this has always worked with the clover roof pieces, so I would recommend using that. Honestly, it's the cheapest way of doing it, and where I'm building it right here, this is kind of where I recommend building it because these not lining up. Yeah, pull those out. I recommend building it here. You can build it kind of anywhere you want, but this is a good spot because it is relatively flat and there's a lot of aphids and weevils around here. And specifically, if you build on this rock here, you're going to get the most traffic because there's lots of aphids that come through here. And because of the mushrooms right there, there's lots of weevils that come through here. So they'll end up getting inside of here. So after you put clover roofs all the way around the sides, you're going to want to put the roof square corner piece here in the corners. That's going to prevent them from not being able to get up in the corner areas. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fill this in. The other good thing about building here is pretty much everything you need to build is right here. There's lots of sap around here for the roof pieces. There's obviously tons of clovers, and there's lots of weed stems. I've cut down a lot of them recently, but there's enough weed stems here to easily build this. So now we're just going to fill this in. And after that, there's going to be one more step, which is just going to make farming them much easier. We're going to make sure we get rid of the floor pieces here. We do not need the floor pieces. I'm going to leave that half floor piece there just because it's going to be the way of getting up on top of here. I think I can get up on top of here without the floor piece, but we'll see just in a second if I can actually make the jump up there. You could also build like a ramp. I don't think I can make it from the leaf over there. Now, while I'm building this, a couple of things you're going to want to make sure that you're aware of. Number one, there is at least one wolf spider that patrols through here, so be mindful of that if you're worried about them. If there's weevils inside of here, there's a chance that a red ant will come in and eat the weevils. That could also happen. And ladybugs eat aphids, but I've never seen a ladybug get inside of this. So now after I built this, is what you want to have, like a 3x3 surrounded by roof pieces all the way around. The next step is going to be we're going to take these, we're going to copy these and put them in here. And we are going to build a wall all the way around the inside here because this is going to prevent them from getting stuck in the corners, because what they like to do is once they're inside of here, they will go into the corners and it'll be very hard to hit them without actually hitting your own structures and damaging them. So we're just going to fill this in. And then the last step is going to be we're just going to drop the food on top. I have a plant slurry and a mushroom slurry, and that should be enough to start attracting them. Now, this is a survival world. I'm not playing in like a creative world or anything. This is actually the world that I've been playing on a lot recently. This is a new save. So we're going to drop the mushroom slurry on top here. And we're going to drop the plant slurry on top here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fly over here, get out of the way, and just see what happens. We're just going to observe it. So I want to show you that it does work. I have actually watched it work, several different iterations of it. It has always worked. But I want to show you that it actually works. So there's an aphid there. We'll see if he actually makes his way over. Sometimes the aphids have trouble getting up the rocks. You can see he's trying to get over there. There's a couple of them trying to get over there. Actually, there's a bunch of them over there. What I might do is I might just build the floor pieces up so they can get there, but they should walk in. But that should help them get up there. So let's show them going inside of it. They're all running around like they're terribly scared of me, even though I'm not actually going to attack them right now. Okay, now I've given... Ooh. I think that's my pet, though. This guy's, he's very scared. That one's not scared, though. Okay, these guys are walking up. So what we want to see is we want to see them turn and go inside of there. Hopefully they don't make liars out of me. Okay, go in. Thank you, thank you. Now, you can see what they're doing is they know the food's up there, but it is just out of their reach. So again, if it's 1.5 tiles high, they will not be able to reach it. And you can just see how many of them are pouring in here right now. No, I haven't seen any weevils around recently, but I tested this earlier and weevils did walk into it. My concern was having the little half walls there around the inside edge. That sometimes after certain updates, it would prevent the weevils from walking into it, but not the aphids. But it seemed the weevils do walk into it. You can just see how many aphids are pouring in there right now. And like I said, this spot's far better. I tested over there as well. That spot over there only got a couple of them in it, but just over here, there's so many of them pouring into there. And it's probably best to come over like first thing in the morning and see how many are in there, because it seems like a lot of them are out in the morning. I don't know why. At nighttime, there seem to be less, but they are literally just flowing in there. So it does work. Now, there's one other thing that I want to test out. And when I built it over there in my testing and I slept, they actually despawned. Now, I don't know if it was because it was too far away from my bed. I slept right there. So I'm going to sleep here when I can and just show you if they despawn or not. But what I'll do is right before I sleep, I'm going to count how many are in there. You can just see there's so many in there already. There's like at least 7 or 8, maybe more. But I want to see if a weevil gets in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of like AFK here. I'll skip ahead in the video. Obviously, I'm not going to make you watch me sit here and watch these guys go inside of there. I'm going to skip ahead till it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's about, what, that's only like 3.5 more hours in game. So, and we'll see if any weevils get in there and we'll count how many aphids are in there. And then I'm going to sleep and then see how many's in there in the morning to see if they actually despawn. All right, it is 6 p.m. in game. And I'm going to let this last little guy walk in here. I'm going to say this, the results may vary. I don't think this is a normal amount you're going to get in a day. I literally cannot believe how many are inside of here. Aphids, look at them. They're literally just so many of them. It's going to be hard to count because they're going to run away from me. Wonder if I can go into photo mode real quick and count them. I probably can. That's probably the easiest way of doing it. So we have 3, 6, 8, 12. Okay, let's go up. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 aphids in here. I only saw a single weevil go by. So, I don't know what it like it walked past, but it didn't even come on the rocks. This one's my pet. That's why it's inside of there. So, just show you that's my pet. Everything else is just weevils here. But I'm going to kill, or aphids here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to see if they're still in there. So there was, what, 20 or 21 of them? Sleeping, in my previous tests, they despawned. So we'll see if they're inside of there. I don't know if it's like when you sleep, it like resets the bugs' locations or something, but we'll find out after we get through the sleep cycle. Also, I did want to mention that, like, even though there was no weevils, we'll see if there's any weevils in there now. Even though there was no weevils in there this time, I did test it. I was watching it earlier. I tested it for a couple of hours, actually. And weevils will walk inside of it. So you will get weevils in there. It's just a matter of, I guess it's kind of like RNG. But let's walk up here right now and see if they're inside of here. Or if they've all despawned. So they're still inside of here. Oh, they're actually still all inside of here. So I think what happens is, if you're close enough to it, if you sleep close enough to it, they will not despawn. So when I had it built over here, which is honestly only a little bit further away, they despawn. So it looks like if you build it on that rock by where the leaf and the stick are, and you have a bed over here, when you wake up, there'll be a bunch of them in there. I do kind of want to count. These guys are there actually more? Let's see. Let's count how many are in here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It looks like about the same. So maybe they didn't, maybe no more of them spawned overnight. Also, the food's up here. I just want to make sure that this is a plant slurry, this is a mushroom slurry. So, and finally, I got a weevil to get inside of here. I figured out, I think I know what the issue was, because is this another one or is this my pet? This is another one. The weevils are not actually, like, afraid of you. Wait, that is not my pet, is it? No. So, one of them walked in. No, that is my pet. One of them did walk in there. You can see right here. I think what the issue was is there was mushrooms right here. Literally, as soon as I cut down these mushrooms and picked all the little white ones, one of them walked immediately into there. Like, it literally just walked straight in. So, I guess it depends. Like, it's just gonna, I guess your mileage is gonna vary. It's gonna depend on exactly where you build it. So now, as you can see, you can get weevils and aphids inside of here. This one's not my pet. My pet is over there. The other one did walk directly into it. I just had to clear the mushrooms that were over there. Not sure if that was what caused it not to come in here, because like I said, I tested this before and they were walking in here. It could just be the RNG of, like, there was a bunch of aphids here today and less weevils. Maybe tomorrow there'll be a bunch of weevils and less aphids. I guess I'll find out when I play later on. But if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button. Consider subscribing for more content just like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.